سيئات أعمالنا إنه من يهدي الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء اتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما إخوة الإيمان السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Our brothers in Islam, we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us another opportunity to gather here today for another Salatul Jummah. Today being the 16th day of the month of Safar, year 1445 after the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Makkah to Medina, which is equivalent to the first day of the month of September, year 2023. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hand this our gathering as an act of worship. May Allah continue to shower His mercy upon the noble soul of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his household, his companions, his followers, and we that we are on his path. May Allah continue to guide us aright and keep our feet firmly at Yawm al-Qiyamah. In continuation with what we started discussing like 4 weeks ago, concerning the hijrah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We have talked about the first hijrah he did to the town of Ta'if and the experience he experienced from the hands of the people of Ta'if. We will explain in details what happened to him while he was coming back and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent Angel Gabriel to him with the support of the angel that is guarding the mountains. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to seek for anything with the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so that the angel of mountains can crush the people that have disbelieved in him and that they have pelted him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got to Makkah. After some time, Allah sent Angel Gabriel to him that it is time for Prophet Muhammad to come based on divine invitation, which led to Al-Isra'i wal-Mi'raj, the night journey and the ascension to the heaven. We have discussed how he left Makkah to Baitul Maqdis and how he rode Al-Ibraq, that animal that we vividly discussed how it was. He went to heaven, and the encounter he encountered throughout the 7 heavens, we discussed it. And last week, we were able to discuss Sidratul Muntaha. And before he got to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is Sidratul Muntaha? We discussed it. Where he got to Allah subhanahu, when he got to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we discussed it. And the descension of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam from Baitul Izzah, from where he had a communication with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, back down to this earth. We discussed it. And what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam brought back to us were the 5 daily prayers that we are observing now. And what happened while he was descending down, we explained it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is now back to the earth. And our mission for the past 4 weeks was to discuss his emigration from Makkah to Medina. But for us to get everything clear, that is why we are going in stages. We are traversing the journey or the path in stages so that we won't come back. Not just that he came back from Al-Isra'i wal-Mi'raj and he just jumped to Medina. No. There are a lot of incidences that happened before he now went back. He now went to Medina, which was yathrib then. It was when he got to Medina that he became Al-Madinatu Al-Munawwara. So all the activities, all the incidences that happened with him and the companions and those that believe in him were the things we have been discussing. And the Qudratullah Ta'ala, we see how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam planted the seed of Medina. After the demise of Abu Talib, who was his uncle, we all knew that his uncle protected him. He guided him so that the Quraysh, they won't harm him. But immediately, the uncle died. Immediately, Sayyidatuna, his first wife, died. The Quraysh, they now had a window to use to harm Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But fortunately then, his uncle, Abu Lahab, he took over the custodianship of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But after some weeks, he revoked his security over Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that I'm not more going to guide you any longer. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was now seeking for an asylum where to go and hid himself, so that they will not terminate his life in order not to truncate the mission Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent him to come and deliver. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now started going from one place to another to go and be meeting some clans, some sub-tribes of the Quraysh, sub-tribes of the Makkahs. And it was reported that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam interfaced with 12 clans, which at the end of the day, none of them listened to him. Even before the demise of Abu Talib, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been asking people to come and worship Allah. He has been asking them, how will you people be worshiping what is not God? He has been doing this, but he has never sought for the asylum of coming to come and stay with them. But Makkah became hostile to him, and that was why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, La uqsimu bi hadhal baladi wa anta hillum bi hadhal balad. You are a son of the soil, but definitely you being the son of the soil, they are going to make the soil to be what? To be hostile for you. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started looking for where to go and hid himself. He went around. He met 12 sub-tribes of the Quraysh. And among them were Banu Amr ibn Sa'sa'a and Banu Muharib, Bunno, Hafsatu, wa Furaz, wa Fuzara. The third one was Banu Gashar. The fourth one was Banu Murrah. The fifth one is Banu Hanifa. The fifth one is Banu Salim. The seventh tribe that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam consulted was Banu Abbas. The eighth was Banu Nadir. The ninth was Banu Bukar. The 10th was Banu Kinda. The 11th is Banu Kalb. And the 12th is Banu Haris bin Nukar. The 13th is Banu Uzara. And the 14th is Banu Adramot. He called all these. None of them listened to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So some people started coming for Hajj, as we have discussed, as we have learned, as we are all known, that even the Quraysh, they used to perform tawaf around the Kaaba, but they perform it around the Kaaba while their idols were inside the Kaaba. So some people too used to come for Hajj every year. So during the 10th year of the Nubuwwah, when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was still in Makkah, because he was declared as a prophet at the age of 40. So he used his prophecy, he used his prophethood for 13 years in Makkah before emigration to Medina at the age of 53. So at the 10th year of being a prophet, confirmed as a prophet, that was at the age of 50. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was going around. He went around all these people, but they never answered. So one day, when people came from Hajj, him and his uncle Abu Lahab, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was approaching a particular group of people, Abu Lahab was behind him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached a particular leader of a clan in order to tell him about al-Islam. After discussion, the little child of that clan head was called Rabi'a ibn Abbad. Rabi'a ibn Abbad. He now asked his father that, who was that? Who was that young man? He was asking, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was at the age of 50 then. But all his beard, none of it showed a color of being gray. So all the beards of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was dark in color. So the little boy was asking his father, who was that young man? Somebody who was at the age of 50, calling him a young man. But the little boy never knew. So his father now told him that that was the prophet that had declared himself as a prophet, as he said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had sent him as a prophet and as a messenger. He is the man that is saying that we should not worship any idol. That was the man. So immediately, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left that place. Abu Lahab, who was behind, now came to this man and his boy. He now told them that don't ever listen to him. And the boy described that Abu Lahab, he came wearing a kind of clothes that the people of Yemen used to wear. And the people of Yemen used to wear expensive clothes. That was the kind of clothes or a similitude of clothes that Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala wore to the Khawarij when they started fighting Ali. When Abdullah ibn Abbas got to them, where they are, where they were, they now say, you the in-law, you the nephew of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ya ibn Amr Rasul, you the cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with your level of understanding about Islam, why should you wear this kind of clothes? Abdullah ibn Abbas now told them that I will wear this kind of clothes because the one that is more expensive than this, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had ever worn it. So what's your problem with me, with my own? And the one that I was claiming that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wore, it was sent to him from the king of Yemen there. So Yemen people, they used to have expensive clothes. So Abu Lahab was also wearing an expensive clothes according to this narration, and he had a 2 ponytails. What we mean by ponytails is those that used to have long hair, like all these Indian women, all these Chinese women that used to have long hair that they will tie it, it will be flowing down like that. That is what we call ponytails. Hair of Abu Lahab, uncle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was wearing a kind of ponytails like that. So he now approached them. He was not telling them that they should not listen to his nephew, that they should continue to do what? To be worshipping their idols. That was one. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he went round again. He met the Banu Kinda among those 14 sub-tribes that I mentioned. The Banu Kinda, they listened to him. They now asked that, what will you be? What will be our gain if we support you? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, nothing will be your gain other than you to submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Follow me in whatever I have said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordained me to tell you. Whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks me not to do, I will tell you, and that is what you should not do. They never followed him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam proceeded. He got to Banu Hanifa, the clan or the sub-tribe of Hanifa. They never listened to him. And what was he prophesying? What was he propagating? Kalimatu la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And they should not worship anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left them. He went to another sub-tribe, Banu Amr ibn Umair. This is another clan. He propagated Islam to them. They listened to him. After the discussion, they now asked him that what we want from you is that after your own tenure, maybe you are no more alive, will the power come back to us? Banu Amri ibn S.A.W. With the power, because they are looking at it from the political point of view. They are not looking at it from the spiritual point of view. And what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was doing was to uplift people spiritually, not politically. So they were asking that if you are no more, if at the end of the day we supported you and you are able to become victorious over the Quraysh and every other enemy that are fighting you, will the power come to us after you are no more? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told them that inna adla lillahi yurishu man yasha'u min ibadihi. That the power belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yurishu ali ibadihi ma yasha. Aw yurishu man yasha'u li ibadihi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives power. He gives sovereignty, the inheritance of the world. Allah gives it to whomever He wishes. So I can't tell you anything. If we can, brothers, diplomatically, if we can understand this verse, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is telling them either yes or no. They were asking directly, but Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied them diplomatically that power, supremacy, sovereignty belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gives it to whoever He wishes. So we should be very careful in the promises we used to make. We should be very careful. These are the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam lived his life. After that discussion, they now told him that no, we can't follow you. So you will now subject us to your enemies, to fight them, in which they might even kill us, and the victory will now become to you alone. They said they are not going to support him. A particular group or a particular sub-tribe of the Makkah, this is what they told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So they are politically inclined, not spiritually inclined. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, during this same Hajj period, he was going around again. He now got to a particular group of people. They belong to the clan of Saheed ibn S.A.W. Saheed ibn S.A.W. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wherever he's going, most often he's always seen with Abu Bakr, Abdullah ibn Umair. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed Abu Bakr to the extent that he's the only one that has the knowledge of ilmul ansab, the knowledge of genealogy. We have some among the companions of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he used to be the best with ilmul fara'id, in terms of the law of inheritance. When it comes to how we share inheritance, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, go to this social companion. Nobody has that kind of knowledge among my companions. So you can see, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not know all the genealogy of the Arabs. Abu Bakr knows more than him. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on getting to the clan or the sub-tribe of the Saheed ibn S.A.W, they exchanged pleasantries. Abu Bakr now asked, which particular tribe are you? They now said, yes, we are the clan of what? Saheed ibn S.A.W. After that, Abu Bakr now told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that you see this particular clan, this particular sub-tribe, they are very intelligent, they are very noble, because Abu Bakr knows their ancestors. The people they are meeting, they are the younger generation. So their fathers, their forefathers, Abu Bakr had ever related with them. So he knows them as righteous people. He knows them as people of nobility. He knows them as people of integrity. Brothers, me and you, what will they say about me and you? What will they say about our own parents? You can see, the people Abu Bakr was referring to in that family, in that clan, they are no more. So he's still attestating to it and confirming it to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Bakr now introduced Rasul to them, that this is the prophet that Allah has sent to us. This is the messenger Allah sent to us. We are here on our da'wah mission to tell you that ibudullah wa la tushrik bihi shay'an. Follow or worship Allah and Allah alone. Wa la tushrik bihi shay'an. Wa la tushrik bihi abadan. Don't associate partnership with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our mission. And that was how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam delivered his message to them. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has been going front and back just to communicate the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to all the people on the earth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him the opportunity to meet. Now, we have some individuals that are outside Makkah that accepted the religion of Islam during this period, between the 10th year of the Nubuwah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to 11th year. Among them was At-Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi. At-Tufail was a king. As at the time that we were discussing about S.A.W, Rasul, the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I made mention and I narrated from beginning to the end who was Tufail. At-Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi. Tufail was a king in Daws. Daws is where Abu Huraira, Abdurrahman ibn Sahar, that was where he came from. This man was a king, but he worshipped idols. Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi. He has idols in his palace. He was a poet, very intelligent person. Very, very intelligent person. That you can hardly convince him. Or you can hardly convince him. You can't confuse him. And you can hardly convince him. So he now came to Makkah to come and perform Umrah. While he was coming, as a social class person, the Quraysh, they welcomed him as a VIP person. They welcomed him. So before he entered into the precincts of the Haram, they told him that there is one particular man in this our community that used to separate the child from the parents. That has been telling that the God that we do not see is the one that sent him. Don't listen to him. They told Tufail like that. Unfortunately for Tufail now went to go and look for earplugs or earmuffs to block his ear, so that whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, he will never hear it. One very day, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to the Kaaba. As he was doing his nawafil, he was now reciting Surah Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. As he was reciting it, despite the fact that Tufail had blocked his ear, so that he won't hear the qira'ah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the more he blocked it, the more the recitation of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam became more audible. The way he's hearing the qira'ah. So after, I told you he's a king. He was a king. He's a very rich man. He was wealthy. He was a poet. Very intelligent. He has all these characteristics. Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi, he now followed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gently. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was about to enter his house, he now stopped him. He now said, I've been in the Haram. I've been here for the past 2-3 days. But coincidentally, I saw you today. Who are you? And what was your message? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now told him, Inni Abdullah, Anna Rasulullah, Anna Khatimul Anbiya. I'm just a messenger. I'm a servant of Allah. I'm a messenger. I'm a prophet. And the mission assigned to me was that I should prophesy that nobody should worship any other deity other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tufail said, is that the mission? Yes. But I heard you reciting something the other time. He said, yes, I'm reciting the Quran that was revealed unto me. Tufail said, read it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now read, Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. And what was it? Qul Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun. Oh Muhammad, Qul, tell, Ya Ayyuhal Kafirun, oh you the disbelievers. La abudu ma ta'budu. Don't worship what you are worshiping. Wala antum abiduna ma abudu. You worship what I'm worshiping and don't worship what you are worshiping. Wala ana abidu ma abattum. Me, I will worship what you are worshiping and don't worship me. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned all this and said, "Lakum dinukum waliya din." Your religion is your religion, and my religion is my religion, and my religion is better than your religion. Come and worship my religion. Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi said, "Is that lakum dinukum waliya din?" I've understood your message. How do I go about it? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the best you can do is to say, "La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah," and that was how Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi accepted al-Islam. A king. He now sat in Makkah for so many days learning the Islam. That is why anybody that reverts into our Islam, you should not just say because you are told you la ilaha illallah. We should monitor the person. We should monitor him, not say he has become a Muslim, he's now Abdullah, he's now Amin, I will now leave him. We bought him Jalabia, we gave him Quran, we gave him Ketu for ablution. No, we should monitor him so that he can understand Islam better, so that we will not go and enter the fanatics. He sat down, he learned about the religion, and he understood the religion. He now went back to Daus in Yemen. Daus is in Yemen. On getting there, within the first week, as he was coming, I'm not supposed to be narrating this because you have narrated it already. He wanted to enter his palace. As his wife was coming, he said, "Don't touch me." My husband, what happened? He said, "Yes, I'm your husband, but you are a filthy person, and me, I'm a pure person. Because I've abandoned the state of impurity that you are worshiping idol." Before he entered his house, this was his first action. His father too came. He said, "My father, you can't hug me because I have light in me." A lot of things happened while he was going back to Daus. Because he asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam should pray, to supplicate to Allah. Allah should give him sign. The sign he will take to the community so that they will know that yes, Allah is Allah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala later placed a light on his forehead while he was on his journey back to Daus. I've explained all this over almost 2 years now. At the end of the day, Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi, he was the one that brought Abdurrahman, Abu Huraira, that Abu Huraira that we used to hear. He was the one that brought him to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Huraira, that is one that narrated most of the hadiths of Rasul. It was the king of their town that brought him. So among the people that were not around the vicinity of Makkah that accepted the religion of Islam was whom? Tufail ibn Amr al-Dawsi. That was one. Number two, Abu Zar al-Ghifari. Abu Zar al-Ghifari was also from Yemen. All these Yemen people, they were so lucky. Abu Zar al-Ghifari, he came. When the Rasulullah he came to Makkah. At the end of the day, he also heard about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He went. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in Darul Arkam, the house where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to eat. Then, when the chastisement of the Quraysh was too much, that house was called Darul Arkam, where the Quraysh people used to assemble, where they assembled, that we are supposed to talk next week. Let me keep it till next week, inshallah. So Abu Zar al-Ghifari said that I've been hearing about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm here to accept the religion of Islam. He went to Rasul, he met him, he became a Muslim. He now came out to around Kaaba. He started saying, "La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah." The Quraysh came out that, "Who are you? A foreigner on our land? You have the audacity of doing this?" They beat hell out of him. To the extent that he fainted. They had to go and carry him. The Muslim took care of him. The second day, he came back. He started shouting, "La ilaha illallah." And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam warned him that don't do that. It's not time for us today. Say Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, let me do it. You know, some youths, when they just heard about something about Islam, or they started developing iman, the iman will now be shocking them. That's where some people used to get it wrong. If they don't have control measure in them, they get it wrong and start misleading people, despite the fact that they are calling people to the right path. Everything has its own slope. Everything has its own methodology. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari came out the second day. They beat hell out of him. The Muslims came out, they took him. They went to take care of him. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Don't go and do that again." He now left. He went back to Yemen. So when he heard about the migration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he came back. He joined Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He became one of the best of the companions. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam left for Ghazwat Tabuk, the Ghazwat Tabuk that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah At-Tawbah, it has two names. It's either you call it Ghazwat Tabuk or there is an Ushra, because that battle was fought in a state of difficulty, in a state of hardship. So when all the companions have left, Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, the animal that is going to ride, the animal was a rickety animal. It was not strong enough. So he couldn't meet up with the other entourage. So he was left behind. When they got to the plain of Tabuk, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where is Abu Dharr al-Ghifari? Nobody knew the whereabouts of Abu Dharr al-Ghifari. He has been left out. It's like you are coming to Elekon here, or you are coming to Idasho here, right? And Abu Dharr al-Ghifari is still at Ibadan. You can see the distance. Even if it is from Ajah here, it's still a long distance. After some time, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now said, "Oh, he sighted somebody coming." He said, "I want to believe that should be Abu Dharr al-Ghifari." As he was coming, tired, he was coming very tired. When he got to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he explained that this was my experience. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Yes, I know." He now said, "Abu Dharr al-Ghifari yamshi wa'adahu wa yamutu wa'adahu wa yub'asu wa'adahu." Kama qala Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's an authentic hadith that Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, he will walk alone, he will die alone, and he will be raised alone. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that was how it was. He died alone. The day that Abu Dharr al-Ghifari is going to die, he died along the road. Thank God his wife was with him. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he was on a mission. He was on a mission. So coincidentally, he met Abu Dharr al-Ghifari's wife, where she was running up and down to look for people that come and take care of the corpse of her husband. That was how Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was the one that led the Salah to Janazah. So the hadith and the prophecy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that Yamshi wa'adahu wa yamutu wa'adahu wa yubasu wa'adahu, that he walks alone, he is going to walk alone. He will die alone and he will be raised alone. So on the day of Qiyamah, he will only be raised alone. They won't raise him with us. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Abu Dharr al-Ghifari was another companion that accepted religion outside the precinct of Makkah. Number 3 is Mu'az ibn Umair. Mu'az ibn Umair. He was also Iyas ibn Mu'az. Iyas ibn Mu'az. He was also a non-believer that heard about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They also came for Hajj. So while Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was moving from one place to another to go and sensitize people about Islam. So what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saying now got him entangled to Rasul. He picked interest that I need to listen to him. So as he wanted to ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that what do I need to say? Somebody in their midst who was like an elder, they call him Abu Usaid ibn Hudair. Abu Usaid ibn Hudair. He now fetched a handful sand, a handful full of sand. He now threw it into Iyad ibn Mu'az's mouth, so that we never say what? We never say La ilaha illallah. Just because of hatred, just because of enmity. Some of them are not fighting Rasul. They are fighting the message that he came with to deliver to them. The Meccans, the Quraysh, they are the one that gave him Al-Aminu. They believe in his personality, but they did not believe in the message he brought. So this man, Abu Usaid, Anas ibn Rafi, he fetched a handful full of sand. He now threw it into the mouth of Iyaz ibn Mu'az. It was later reported that when the battle or the harb of Mu'az, there was a particular battle that was fought decades ago before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam declared his prophethood. This battle was fought between the House and Khazraj. The House are the principal and the civilized tribe in Medina, in Yathrib. The Khazraj, they are just like the uncivilized tribe in Yathrib. So there was a serious war in between them before they got to know about the knowledge of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that battle, that war was called Haribul Bu'as, the Bu'as battle. This one is not Badr, it's not Uhud. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not part of this. It was reported, it was narrated that it was inside this battle that this Iyaz ibn Mu'az died. The person that they threw sand into his mouth. And while he was about dying, while he was about giving up the ghost, he started saying La ilaha illallah. He started saying Muhammad Rasulullah. He started saying Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he died in the what? In the state of Iman, as it was reported. Number 4, among the people that were not within the circle of the people in Makkah was Suwaid ibn Umair. Suwaid ibn Umair, kana sha'iran, labiban. He was a poet as well. Suwaid ibn Umair. He was a poet, and I keep telling us, a poet, those that used to write poems, they used to be very intelligent. They used to be intelligent because before they will compose, it will take them a lot of thinking. And the way they are going to write, the way they are going to present it so that it will not be generally acceptable, it takes them a lot of time to cogitate about. So, Suwaid ibn Umair also came to Hajj. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now met him. He now told him that, what is your mission? Suwaid ibn Umair said, I have some things that you don't have. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now said, what do you have? He started reciting some of the couplets of the poems to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, I said he's a poet. So he started reciting some poems to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know, what about you? He asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Ma indaka asan, wa ma indi asan minhu. What is with you is good. All what you have said now, all the poems you have recited, they are very good. The lyrics of your poem, the readings of your poem, they are all good. Wa ma indi asan, but what is with me is better than what you have. Because Rasul said, Inna hadha kalamu hasan. وَالَّذِي مَعِي أَفْضَلُ مِنْ هَذَا فَقَرَّأَ لَهُ قُرْآنًا. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now started reciting Quran to him. كَمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَيَّ هُوَ هُدًى وَنُورًا. Because this Quran is what? Is the guide and is the light for anybody that wants to follow. This another companion that was not among the people of Quraysh. Among them was Damdu al-Azdi. Damdu al-Azdi, he used to be a soothsayer. Somebody that will look into the sky, that works with the birds. Some people are like that. They have those kind of power that when they throw or they send birds into the sky, they will forecast what will happen, but all this is still tied around the gates. Damdu al-Azdi now said that he also came from Yemen. He approached Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I have this and I what you don't know. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, there is nobody that knows what we don't know except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell him about himself. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I'm a messenger, I'm a prophet. He now asked him to give him a message. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam recited, Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fahuwal muhtadi wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now recited this to him. He now said, recite it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam read it again unto him. He said, recite it again. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam read it unto him for the third time. And that was how he accepted Islam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it very easy for us as we are practicing Islam. The Banu Shayban, Banu Salaba that I mentioned earlier, I briefly mentioned these 5 categories of people. We have a countable number of them. We have Salman Farisi. But I just mentioned these 5 to understand the effort of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to bring people on board in order to say Kalimatu la ilaha illallah. I want to go back to a particular clan that I've already mentioned, which was Shayban bin Salaba. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached them with Ali, with Abu Bakr, radiallahu ta'ala Ali, after their discussion, they now told Abu Bakr that we have an elderly man here, that it is that elderly man that will speak on our behalf. And the name of that elderly man was Ali ibn Qais. Ali ibn Qais. Ali ibn Qais was the elderly man, or the eldest among the people of Shayban ibn Salaba in Makkah that very day, and that very particular time. He now said, yes, we have listened to you. You know, Abu Bakr had already said, their clan or their tribe, they are honorable people, they are intelligent people, they are conscious people of nobility. Abu Bakr had already told Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam this. So, one of them, Ali ibn Qais, who was the eldest among them, now said, we have listened to you, but let me consult the chief security person among them, who was called Musab ibn Umair. Musab ibn Umair. He now consulted him that this is the message that has come out to us. How do you go about it? We can see the power of consultation. The eldest man, who also senior, the chief security officer amongst them, never said that I'm the eldest and whatever I've said must be. He also consulted another person. So, Musab ibn Umair now said, yes, what you have brought to us as message is very okay. But we have an alliance with the Quraysh. We have an agreement which I need to share with you so that it won't backfire on us. He said, one, the Quraysh, we told them that, or we agreed unanimously that whenever an external force is coming to attack them, we are not going to support. So how do you go about this? It was the chief security that narrated this. And the Persians, the Caesar, the Kisra, the emperor of Persia, that we have an agreement with him also. How do you want us to go about it? They told Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all this. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you see that of the Quraysh, that of the Arab, don't worry. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us victory over them. That of the emperor of Persia, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give us precisely you as more as you are. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you victory over them. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had forecasted, had seen what will happen to them, and it came to pass. Even the people we were talking to, they were not too sure of what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was saying. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wa ma yantiqu anil hawa in huwa illa wahyuha. He will never say anything except what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has revealed unto him. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you victory over the Persians, and that was how it be. That was how it came to pass. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used that small particular group of people to become victorious over the Persians. These are all some of the clans, some of the tribes that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached, and individuals that he approached. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala count us among the people that will follow Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam till the day of Qiyamah. Now, Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam never stopped here. This was the 10th year. Then the 11th year of the Nubuwwah, people came from outside Makkah to come and perform Hajj. The Quraysh used to be there. Other people from the princes used to be there. Bedouins used to be there. Civilized and non-civilized people used to come for Hajj. So one very night, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was moving around. He now came across a group of people that are just 6 in number. On getting to them, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam did taslim on them. They exchanged pleasantry, and he asked, "Who are you?" They now told him that we are subgroup from the group of what? Khazraj, from Yathrib. And that was the 11th year of Nubuwwah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "I have a mission for you." They listened to him, because these ones are young categories of people. And you see the kind of that battle of Mua'az that I told you that had happened for several decades. The battle that was fought between the Aus and the Khazraj in Yathrib then. That battle cleared all the elders that were principal elders in Yathrib then. So the people that were left, they were youth, except only one person, who was Abdullah ibn ibn Salul, the head of the hypocrites. If not the emancipation of Islam, nobody would have been able to challenge Abdullah ibn ibn Salul. So all his peer group, they've all died during the battle of Mua'az. And this battle was fought before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam even came to where? To Medina. So the young youths were the ones that were now coming down to Makkah for what? For Hajj. So the 6 number of these youths that were met, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met at Makkah during the Hajj period, were S.A.W ibn Zurara. Number 2, Hawb ibn Arsh ibn Rafi'a. Number 3, Rafi ibn Malik ibn Ajlan. Number 4, Kutba ibn Amr ibn Hadid. Number 5, Uqba ibn Amir ibn Nabi. Number 6, Jabir ibn Abdullah ibn Rahib. These were the 6 categories of people that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met during the Hajj during the 11th year Hajj. So clandestinely, they had a discussion with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he told them that this is my mission, just to tell you about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No any other thing. Don't worship idol. Don't fornicate. Don't bury your female children alive any longer. This was the message. So these 6 categories of people, they were the ones that now took the message that they had. They now took it back to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They took it back to Yathrib to go and tell the people in Yathrib that we have met so person during so Hajj, and this was the message. And immediately, they, deep inside them, they have convinced themselves, and they have became Muslims. This was the message that was going around in yathrib till the 11th year, till the 12th year, when they now came back for Hajj. They came back for Hajj in the 11th year, in the 12th year. And when they came back, they came with 12 categories of people. They came with 12 people. 7 were the new converts that came in the 12th year, plus 5 out of the 6 people that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam met the previous year. The only person that wasn't among them, among those 6 names that I mentioned to you, was Jabir ibn Abdullah ibn Rahim. From S.A.W ibn Zurara till the 5th person, all of them, they joined together with the 7 new converts and they came to Makkah to come and perform Hajj. When they came, discreetly, they had a meeting with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam at Aqaba, where we call Aqaba. This one is leading to the Bay'atul Aqaba al-Ula, the first pledge. The first pledge, the first covenant of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There are 2 covenants that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had. Number 1 is Bay'atul Ula or Bay'atul Nisa, the covenant with the women. Number 2 was the covenant of war protection. Those are the 2 bay'ats that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had. So these 12 people that came for Hajj in the 12th year of Nubuwwah, they approached Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we are here, we are submissive, we agree on what you have brought. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, okay, whatever we are going to do, it has to be secret. That the last day of Ayyam al-Tashriq, the last day of the days of Hajj, you know the days of Hajj used to be just 4 or 5 days. The last day that we are going to spend in Mina, we should meet before the dawn so that we can conclude on whatever we want to conclude. They now met in a place called Aqaba. Aqaba is around the place where we have the Jamarats, where the pillars where they used to go and pelt the shaitan. That you say we are going to Jamara, we are going to Jamara. A particular place not far from Masjid al-Kaif. The masjid where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed while he was in Mina was called Masjid al-Kaif. When he was in Arafah, the masjid that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed was called Masjid al-Nimra or Masjid al-Namira. The masjid that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed while he was in Muzdalifah. Muzdalifah is that place that the Hujjaj, they will sleep overnight. And from the following, by the dawn after Salat al-Subhi, they will go back to Masjid al-Mashar al-Haram. That masjid that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stayed till the day break. This is part of the ethics of the Hajj rites. When you live where you sleep, you have to go to Mashar al-Haram. Mashar al-Haram, I have explained it last year that we are talking about Hajj. Mashar al-Haram can be classified into 3, which I don't have time to discuss that any longer for now. But the masjid that is there in Muzdalifah is also called Mashar al-Haram. So, the one in Mina, close to Aqaba, is the one we call Masjid al-Kaif. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is very close to Jamarat, where they used to go and do what? To pelt the shaitan. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam held a clandestine meeting with these 12 categories of people. And among them, we have 2 females. One of them was Musab ibn Umair, binti Rabia, Ammar. The second one was Asma, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam held meeting with, 2 of them. And this was the initiation of Bay'atul Aqabatul Ula. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam held it. He now told them that this meeting should not be exposed to anybody. It still be secret. But while they were about taking the pledge of the oath, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came with his uncle, Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib, as at then, he wasn't a Muslim. his uncle. The way Abu Talib, the father of Ali, protected Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After Abu Lahab withdrew his security over Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abbas also took custodianship of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because Abbas, Hamza, Sophia, Abu Lahab, Abu Talib, Abdullah, the father, all of them, they were children of who? Abdul Muttalib. So Abbas, the father of Abdullah ibn Abbas, was the uncle of Nabiyuna Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he followed Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the Bayatul Aqabatul Ula, the fourth pledge that they made in Muna, that we the people from Yathrib, the people from Medina. It wasn't Medina then until when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got there, before it became Madinatul Munawwara. It was Yathrib. We that we came from there, we are going to have a covenant with you. Yes, we agree. Okay, I will come at the later part of the night. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam went there with his uncle Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. Before Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will say anything, his uncle rose up. He now said, وَكَانَ الْعَرَبُ يُسَمُّونَ أَنصَارِ خَزْرَجًا. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now, the uncle now said that you people from Yathrib, I'm asking you to tell us that whatever you want to do with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you must be sincere with it. One of the people among those people that were Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, after pledging to him, is Usaid ibn Umair. Usaid ibn Umair said, after we discussed with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam finished, we now ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, what do you want from us? What do you want from us? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now said, Ta'allahu. I'm quoting what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told them. They are prepared themselves that they will follow him, they will protect him, they won't let any external invaders to come and invade him whenever he's within them, and they will not support any external forces against Rasulullah. They now say, what do you want from us? We have made our pledge. What do you want from us? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you people, listen to me. Bayyawuni ala an la tushrik billahi shay'an. You should reach a consensus with me. We should have a mutual understanding that you will not worship anything other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is the first condition. For me to have tranquility, to have peace of mind, to be able to deliver my message, the first thing that you must do is what? To not associate partnership with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wala tushriku, and you must not be stealing. So those that are stealing our money, national cake, constituency money, they are not good followers of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because before Rasul even get to where? To Medina, they had already told the Yasrabites that La tushriku, don't steal. After telling them that don't associate partnership with Allah, the next thing he told them was that don't steal. Wala tazinu, and don't perform adultery. Don't fornicate. Wala taqtulu awladakum, and don't kill your children. You know, before then, the Quraysh or the Arabs, they used to kill their female children. They see them as invaluable substance. Whatever I instruct you, that this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked me to tell you, you must not go away from it. Fama wafa minkum, whoever follow these conditions, whoever reach this covenant with me, fajiru Allah, the reward is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wama asaba min zalika shay'an, but whoever go against all these that I have established, fa'uquba bihi fi dunya, that is going to be chastised in this world, فَهُوَ لَهُ كَفَّارًا, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to deal with that person, which that person is going to pay in compensation. And what is the compensation? It's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to put him inside hellfire. Whoever go out of the fold of what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had already established, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to deal with that person. And the person is going to pay kafara. What is the kafara? Chastisement of Allah. But if you go outside the precinct, of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had already said, you are going to get a lot of reward. Whoever stay within where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had confined him to, Allah is going to envelop him with his mercy. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be the one to decide on whatever he's going to do, on whoever he has done well. The kind of mercy, the kind of reward Allah is going to pay him is Allah that knows. The person that Allah is going to chastise, Allah is one that knows the kind of chastisement is going to chastise him. Either to forgive him or her, or either to deal with him or her. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, this is the best thing I can tell you. They said what again? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Inna Allah ya'murukum bil adli wal ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Rasul tell them all this, which we also used to recite every Friday for us. He told them all this. After hearing all this, the Lord said, yes, we are okay. We are okay with all your submission. We are going to give you our pledge. And that was when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now accepted them as his companions before they now led back for Yathrib. But before they start going, they now asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that we need you to give us somebody that will go and enlighten us about Islam, the way I told us about Usaid ibn Umair. If Islam is being introduced to somebody, don't just leave that person that very day alone. You need to keep monitoring him so that we know the do's and don'ts that is within our Islam. They asked that give us somebody to go and be mentoring us. As me and you, we should not cease from going for mentorship, especially for this our religion. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not spare us if we say we don't know. There is nothing we don't know today, except what we don't want to know. There is nothing we don't know. If there is no malam that will stand in front of you the way I have stood in front of you like this, you can go to your phone and listen to lot of scholars. You heard lot of verses of Quran for them, lot of fatwas from them, lot of hadiths from them. So we don't have excuse. They asked Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, give us somebody. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now assigned Mus'ab ibn Umair. Musab ibn Umair. I've mentioned his name several times, but unfortunately I've not been able to narrate his story to us. Musab ibn Umair was a very handsome young man in Makkah. His mother was rich. She was a very wealthy woman in Makkah. He was the only one that his mother gave birth to. Musab ibn Umair, every woman used to run after him because of his handsomeness. And the way Musab ibn Umair was described, he resembled Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were not families. He wasn't his cousin, he wasn't his nephew, he wasn't his niece, he wasn't anything. No any relationship link between him and Rasulullah. To the extent that on the day of Uhud, people were mistakenly taking him in replacement of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He resembled him very well, very handsome. Everything that Musab used to use in Makkah as a youth then used to be customized. His wristwatch was customized. His clothes customized, his shoe customized, his perfume customized. He had a very coily hair. He was the only one that his mother gave birth to. He has everything at his disposal. His father too was a wealthy man, but not like his mother. So he was giving birth to in affluence. He grew up in affluence. When the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam got to him, he detested everything. To the extent that his mother caught him one day, held him and threw him into the dungeon, into the cell. She locked him up. When the message got to him that people started going to Abyssinia, because you have some of the companions that migrated twice.
when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam started gaining ground, he sent some people to Abyssinia to go and stay there and go and continue to be propagating Islam. Musa, when he got to know about people going to Abyssinia, Alhamdulillah, Allah gave him the opportunity to be able to unshackle himself from the shackles that his mother had used to tie him down inside the dungeon, and he ran away. He went to Abyssinia. So among the people that migrated twice, Musab ibn Umair was among them. He came back the second time from Abyssinia. What was the reason why he came back? They heard that in Abyssinia, they heard that all the Quraysh in Makkah, they have accepted Islam. And it wasn't like that. It was due to some satanic verses. As we have our own verses in Quran, there are satanic verses that the shaitan whispered into the hands or into the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was leading Salah to Subi one very day. He was writing Surah Al-Najm. So when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was supposed to relate to Allah, he was now mentioning the name of what? Tilkal Garamatul Uda. He was now praising the idols of Makkah. So the news now flattered around that yes, he has accepted our idols as his God. So it was that message that got where? To Abyssinia. So majority of the companions now came back. So among the people that came back was Musab ibn Umair. When they now got to, because there was no handful, no letter, no handset that we can use to call heaven now. Even if you want to call heaven now, to call your great ancestors, you can use your MTN and your blue. Oh, grandpa of 300 years ago, I want to talk to you in your grave. No handset. So no means of communicating to those people. So they came from Abyssinia. So when they now got to Makkah, they now discovered that it was a fallacy, it was a lie. It was shaitan that whispered into the mouth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that was what led to the satanic verses. I'm going to bring those satanic verses, inshallah. So he went home. When he got home, his mother believed that maybe he has renounced his faith. For the first time, he looked into the eyes of his mother, Mus'ab ibn Umair. He looked into the eyes of his mother, that my mother, I've run away from you. Now, if you are trying to throw me into the dungeon again, to the cell, the person that you are going to hand me over to, I'm going to kill the person. I'm going to destroy everything. He changed it for his mother, what his mother has never done before. This was Musab ibn Umair. I'm not talking about the Sahaba of Rasul. Let me cut it short like that. So this Musab was one that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam now led the 12 newly convertees or revertees. He now led them to where? To yathrib. And Musab, whenever he's around Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if any verse is being released to reveal to Rasulullah sallallahu, immediately we memorize it. So it was narrated that the recitation of Musab ibn Umair was similar to that of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Brothers, when we, me and you, when is our actions going to be related to that of Rasul? Musab, it was a non-believer that gave birth to him, but he later became a believer, and he entered jannah from this place. May Allah be merciful on his soul. So, on getting to Yathrib, among the first 6 people that accepted Islam in the first year, which was the 10th year of Nubuwah, the first one among them was S.A.W. ibn Zurara. S.A.W. ibn Zurara was the one that housed Musab ibn Umair, who was the landlord. The way Abu Ayyub al-Ansari was the landlord of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam get to Medina. S.A.W. ibn Zurara was the landlord of whom? Musab ibn Umair. So it was in the house of S.A.W. ibn Zurara that they were teaching people about Islam. Within the short period of time that Musab got to where? Got to Yathrib, people started emancipating religion of Islam to the extent that within 2-3 weeks we had 40 people that have accepted Islam from the house of Musab ibn Umair. So Musab ibn Umair now communicated this to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that at this point in time, with this short period of time, I had 40 people that have accepted Islam through me. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said they should establish Salatul Jumu'ah. So in Islam, the first person that led Salatul Jumu'ah in congregation and publicly wasn't Prophet Muhammad. It was Mus'ab ibn Umair. He was the one that first led the congregation of Salatul Jumu'ah in Yathrib. So not even Rasulullah, but based on the commandment of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in the house of S.A.W. ibn Umair. A school of thought. Let's divert a little bit in terms of theology now. In terms of this Salatul Jumu'ah that we want to observe now, or that we have been observing. You know, we are talking about Musab ibn Umair. And how many were they that observed before Salatul Jumu'ah? They were 40. The school of thought of Anabila, they said if we are not up to 40, even if you are 39 and a half people, you must not observe Salatul Jumu'ah until you are 40. Is it so? And we, in West Africa here, we are following the school of thought of Imam Malik. The other school of thought said if we are less than 40, we can observe it. But the simplest to save our time is that even if we are 2, 3, we can observe Salatul Jumu'ah. When we started this Jumu'ah like 3 years ago, we used to be like 3, 4, 5. Those that we started together with. But alhamdulillah, I see our number today. People have come, they have gone. People have come, they have gone. And this is how it continues to be revolving. That's life. So, if we are 2, the khatib as the imam can stand in front of one person, give the khutbah, and what? And do the Salatul Jumu'ah. But Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the way he used to do it then, his khutbah used to be very short, not like our own today. But the prayer used to be very long, more than an hour, because he's going to recite long verses of Quran. But our own, because of the society we find ourselves, the evils, the social vices that is corrupting our spiritual development is more. That is why you see we used to have a lengthy discussion. So Musab ibn Umair was the one that led the first Salatul Jumu'ah in Yathrib. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave his go ahead. That was how they reached the first covenant with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which we have 2 women among them. And the 2 women, as I mentioned to us, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't handshake them, because Jabir ibn Abdullah, he stood up when they were about making their pledge that everybody here, you should be very careful before you commit yourself to this pledge. So they need to raise their hand as if they want to shake Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They place their hand on the ground, and the hand of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was above their hand. That was how they reached the first covenant. And there were 2 women among them. And the 2 women, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't shake them. He didn't place his hand on them, indicating that we too, we must not shake any woman that is not lawful to us. But unfortunately, you see some big shake today. Some big shake. You see them shaking women. An incident happened in America some years back. One of the mufti in Saudi Arabia, can't remember, maybe Sheikh ibn Ubaid, I can't remember vividly. He was invited for a lecture presentation in America. And you know, in that kind of a setup, you shake everybody. Shaking a woman is nothing. That is why wherever you are delivering a lecture, you must study their cultural activities. You must study their cultural activities. You must include their cultural activities in your presentation. In our own place now, if an imam did not put rawani, he didn't put turban, he didn't wear cap, he wear a shirt and trouser, you might be seeing him as if he's not up to leading the prayer. In Sudan, when they enter mosque, they will remove their trousers. They will hang it at the entrance of the mosque. They used to believe that no matter how pure they are, there are still some element of urine that falls into their trousers. So they will hang the trouser. That is why those of you that you know the Sudanese, you see that they used to wear big babaniga and their trousers used to be very big. They will remove it. They will now use some wrappers that are around. They will now use it to tie themselves. They won't wear trousers. In some part of Yoruba land, you get to some masjid or masajid, some mosque. There are caps inside that mosque. If you want to pray after the imam, the first row, if you don't wear your cap, you will never be in that front row. Even if you don't know Surah Al-Fatiha, you must cover your head. We have some of our mothers, me I know very well. Whenever they want to pray, they will remove the inner something. Up till now, I still know some of our mothers that are still doing it. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he forbade you touching a woman that is not lawful unto you. So the two women that was part of the first covenant, Bayatun Nisa, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't handshake them. So we too should stop handshaking the unlawful women that are around us, even our family. You know you can marry your cousin as far as they are not mistakenly breastfed together. Ukhti Rodi'a. But if you mistakenly suck the same mammary gland, you can't marry her again. But if not, you can marry your cousins. You can marry your niece. So we should be very careful. What is binding on the women outside is also binding on some women in your family. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us of our shortcomings. This was how the first covenant of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam implanting the seed of his emigration to Medina. This was how it came on board. Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi ya ayyuhallazina amanu sallu alayhi wa sallim taslima. Wassalatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. We give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us of our shortcomings. Now, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam completed the first bay'ah. I want to reverse the statement I made. The first bay'ah, the first covenant, was meant for the 12 people. The two women were not there. They were in the second bay'ah, in the second covenant, which we want to discuss now. May Allah forgive me of that mistake. The second covenant, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was there, and Ka'b ibn Malik was also in that congregation. But before I go to the second covenant, after the first covenant, that Musab ibn Umair got back to Medina, got back to yathrib. One very day, him and S.A.W, they were now going from one house to another, from one clan to another, to go and tell them about the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They now go to a particular tribe called Banu Ash'al and another one, Banu Asfar. These two clans, Musab ibn Umair and his host, they now go to these two particular clans. They now enter the compound, the compound of Banu Ash'al. They now sat down, teaching people about Islam beside a well called Murak. The well name is Murak. Islam preserves a lot of things for us. You see the animal that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam rode to the heaven. It's called Al-Burak. His own camel that he rode is called Kaswa. He has another mule that is called Dundum. So the religion of Islam preserves all this for us, so that nobody will now embed us in a state of ignorance. It might not be part of our arkan in Islam, but it's good for us to know. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was still in Medina, in Makkah. So when Musab ibn Umair and S.A.W were in the compound of the family of Banu Ash'al, sitting down there teaching people about Islam, two of the elders in Medina, one of them was Usaid ibn Hudair, and the second one is Mua'az, Saheed ibn Mua'az. Usaid ibn Hudair was the Sahaba that whenever he's reciting Quran, the angel will come down and come and be listening to the recitation. He wasn't a Muslim. He wasn't a believer before. Usaid ibn Hudair. One very day went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, Ya Rasulullah, whenever I'm reciting, a light used to come down from heaven. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that Tilka Sekina, that is the angel that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used to send to you to come and listen to your recitation. Me and you do know the number of Quran we have recited. Our children did not even sit down around us to listen, not talk of angel. Are we reciting it the way it's supposed to be recited? Are we following the tajweed? Are we following the ahkam? Are we following the maqamat? Saad ibn Mu'az, the second person. You know, I said there were two principal officers, elders in what? In Medina. The second person was the one that after he was killed, was the Sahaba that he was killed on a particular battle, Saad ibn Mu'az, and the throne, Arsh, the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shook. The throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah sat on. You know, we explained 3 weeks ago, I talked about the throne of Allah. That Allah, Arshullahi alal ma, that the throne of Allah is above what? Above the water. Because after Sidratul Muntaha, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam encountered water. Right? Then after the water, Al-Arsh, the throne of Allah. Then after the Al-Arsh, Allahu fawqa Al-Arsh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is on top of the Arsh, on top of the throne. When Sa'ad ibn Mu'az was killed on the battlefield behind Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shaked. What did he do to avenge that? What did he do? Just because they follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam the way he ought to have been followed sincerely. So Sa'ad ibn Mu'az now said Uday, he said, you see, that S.A.W ibn Zurara that hosted Musab ibn Umair used to be my cousin. Me, I can't go there to go and deal with him. You, that you are my friend, Usaid ibn Hudair, you go and meet him. Go and tear them down. Go and kill him. Usaid ibn Hudair, he went with his lance to the compound of Banu Ash'al with the intention of going to kill Mus'ab. But on getting there, he started flabbergasting him. He started saying, okay, can you please listen to what I am passing across to your people? If it is okay by you, fine. If it is not okay by you, I will leave this place. He now asked him to sit down. So Usaid ibn Hudair now sat down. That is why whenever we want to send somebody as an envoy or as an ambassador, if you send somebody who has an IQ, don't send somebody to your in-laws house to go and ask for your son, daughter's marriage, hand in marriage. Don't send a gullible person. They won't give you any asheti directora kulagole ini. So you don't have people of intelligence that they don't even have money, but their physique can get something for you. So if you want to send somebody on an errand, you should look for people of intellect. So the person that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent to yathrib was the person that matched them, Musab ibn Umair. And I said, please, can you sit down? Whatever I'm saying, if it's okay by you, you take it. You accept it. If it's not okay, I will leave here. He now sat down. He started reciting some verses from the Holy Quran to him. And at the end of the day, Usaid ibn Hudair, that has went there with his sword, that want to go and kill Musa, he said, how do I do? What do I need to do to enter this your religion? Because power, he was an orator. Power of communication. He knows what he has come with. he has learned under Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this man, this Musab ibn Umair, was a very young person. He was killed at the Battle of Uhud at the age of 33. And see the wonders he had performed on earth. After some time, Usaid ibn Hudair, that went there to kill him, he now asked, he now said, let me tell you something. There is a particular person that if you are able to talk to him, the whole of yathrib, they will appreciate what you are doing and accept Islam. And who was that? S.A.W ibn Mua'az. The person that I said was killed and the throne of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shook. So when Usaid ibn Hudair went back to go and tell S.A.W ibn Mua'az and give me a feedback of what happened, as he was coming, S.A.W ibn Mua'az said, this Usaid ibn Hudair that is coming, this is not the Usaid that we sent. He has changed because he has accepted Islam. When he got there and I said, yes, what did you come with? He said, let me tell you something. Number one, the people of Yathrib, they are angry with you. He used diplomacy. That it was your cousin that housed the foreigner that came here. He was diplomatic. He doesn't want to tell him directly that you should go and accept Islam. He was diplomatic. Number two, that the people of Yathrib, they are about killing your cousin. So it's better you go there to go and safeguard your cousin. S.A.W ibn Muhammad, he stood up. He now went there. On getting there, he started shouting, he started ranting, he started doing a lot of what he wants to do. At the end of the day, Musab ibn Umair said, Oga, please, can you come down? Can you listen to what I have brought? Say, what do you have to tell me? He said, sit down. Musab ibn Umair now read unto him Surah Zuhruf. Along the way, S.A.W ibn Muhammad said, yes, I'm okay. What do I need to do? That was how he accepted Islam. The house and Azraji of Medina then. That was how they accepted Islam. Because if he sneezes, if S.A.W ibn Muhammad sneezes, the whole of Medina, they will catch cold. So he now left Musab ibn Umair. He went to their community, now called all their community that, whoever wants to see my peace, whoever wants to be at peace with me, must accept this new religion that I have accepted. That was how virtually then, all of them in Medina, like 70-75 of them, that was how they accepted the religion of Islam. And from there, they now went for Hajj in the 13th year before the emigration of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Medina. So it was at that Hajj that they held another secret meeting. That in the midnight, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam went to meet them at Aqaba. I've told you where Aqaba is. So they discussed finish. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was about to talk, his uncle now said, let me talk before you. This is what the uncle now said. وَكَانَ عَرَبْ يَسُمُّونَ أَنصَارِ خَزْرَجًا. Rasulullah Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib said, Inna Muhammadan, that is Muhammad that is in front of you. Minna haythu qad alimtum. He is covered with our protection. You see me here, I'm protecting him. Some people have what? They have denounced their protection against him. But me, some of us, we are protecting. Some people in our midst from Quraysh that they don't want him. They are on the same path that we are, but me, I want him. This Muhammad that you people are about to take pledge with is an honorable person in his community. You know, he's telling them before they make their total commitment that don't come and make a fallacy of yourself. Wamanahu fi biladihi is somebody that has security, that has immunity in his community. Wa innahu qad yaba ila inhari ilaykum. I will have denied him coming to you, but I want to see what will happen. Walukuku bikum. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam Muhammad is now in your hand. Fa in kuntum tarawna annakum wafuna lahu bima da'atumu ilayhi. If you people know that you can't cover him, you can't give him any security. وَمَنَعُ مِمَّنْ خَلْفَهُ, and you can't protect him from what is running after him. That is, the Quraysh that want to kill him. فَأَنْتُمْ وَمَا تَعْمَلْتُمْ مِنْ ذَلِكَ. If you can't guide him the security consciousness, that means you and the people that are running after him, you are of the same category. وَإِن كُنْتُمْ تَرَوْنَ أَنَّكُمْ مَسْلِمُوهُ. But if you people know that you can protect him, وَخَزَّلُوهُ بَعْدَ خُرُوجِ بِهِ إِلَيْكُمْ. After coming to you that I came to you, if you know you can protect him, I'm handing him over to you. فَإِنَّهُ فِي إِذَا وَمِنْ مِنْ قَوْمِهِ وَبِلَادِهِ. I'm telling you, you should be very conscious before you people will now reach a covenant. Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib wasn't a Muslim then, and he was saying this to protect Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Me and you, how are we protecting our family? How are we protecting our niece? How are we protecting our nephew? How are we protecting the children of our brother that are said that have gone into the early grave before us? You can see his uncle was protecting him. Who are we protecting? Distinctively, some of us, we differentiate between our children and some orphans that are in our family. Should it supposed to be like that? This person wasn't a believer, but he was still protecting him. May Allah protect every one of us. This was how the second Bay'atul Aqaba now came on board. And Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached an agreement with them, and they accepted that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam should stop running helter-skelter. He should come back to Medina, to come back to Yathrib, to come and stay with them. So after this meeting, every one of them, they went back to their tents in Medina. So the Quraysh, they heard about the secret meeting because Shaitan, La'natullah alayh, he shouted from a particular valley in Medina. Like as if there was an explosion of bomb. You know, if you hear a bomb blast now, that was the kind of sound they heard in the midnight. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, don't mind him, it is Shaitan of Aqaba. It is the Shaitan that is around this vicinity. So it was the one that whispered into the Quraysh that came for that hajj, that they were all residing in Medina together. So the Quraysh, some of them now started standing up to go and meet the house and Azraji that were there. Majority of the Yathrib, they don't know about the meeting. Allah blocked their ear, He blocked their sight. They didn't know. Not until when they started going back. Because they too, they now established some spectators to be finding out, was there any meeting? They now found out that there was a meeting. But majority of the people from Yathrib, they have gotten back to where? To Yathrib, to Medina. It was only one person that they caught. So it's from that person that they started knowing what had happened. So they got to know that sincerely there was a meeting that was held, and that was the Bay'atul Aqaba as-Saniyah, the covenant of war protection. The first one was the covenant of women, Bay'atul Ula, Bay'atul Nisa. The second one was Bay'atul Aqaba as-Saniyah, the pledge that they held with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Aqaba to seek for war protection against the invasion of Medina. That was how they invited Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Medina. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with what we have learned. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had planted the seed of going to Medina by sending Musab ibn Umair. Musab ibn Umair emigrated twice. We have other Sahabas that also migrated twice, like Abu Salama. We have others that went to Abyssinia and came back, and from Makkah they went to Medina. They went like that. We have them. So these were all what happened from the time that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam returned from Ta'if, from the Isra wal Mi'raj. After the Isra wal Mi'raj is this covenant. So now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is set to go to Medina. Then what happened before he left Medina? That is going to be our next point of discussion, inshallah. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Now, briefly, abunda muka fada shine akan magana manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Da nayi maku alkawari sati da ya wuce. Sati hudu baya mun yi magana akan yadda manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam an zo an kai shi gurin Allah ya je karbo mana sallolin mu. To, sati da ya wuce magana da muke yi ko kutuba da muka yi shine akan yadda ya dawo daga sama, ya dawo nan kan duniya. Rasulullahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam manzo Allah an ba shi salloli guda 5, an ba shi 50 da yake dawowa sai kai sama na 6 sai gamu da annabi Musa alaihi salamullah. Musa ya giya masa ya ce wai kai bawa Allah din nan an baka salloli 50 mutanenka ba za su yi ba ka koma guri Allah. Manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya koma, Allah ya rage shi, ba mu san ko 5 bane Allah yana rabawa bane ko 10 ne, wallahu ta'ala ala. Ya dawo ya kawo ko 40 ne ko 45 ne, ya gamu da annabi Musa ya ce wai ka koma, mutanenka ba za su yi ba, mutane na su banu Isra'ila sun fi mutanenka karfi, mutanenka ba za su yi ba, suna da sakaci, ka koma. Ya koma ya dawo har ya rage guda 5 da muke yi, salloli 5 da muke yi yanzu. Sai annabi Musa ya ce wai ka koma, ya koma kuma ya ce kai ni ba zan iya koma ba, ina ji kunya. Manzo Allah ya ce ina ji kunya, mu ba mu da kunya yanzu, kuma yaran mu ba su da kunya, matayen mu ba su da kunya. Manzo ya ce ina jin kunya, ba zan iya koma ba. In kana da kunya ne zaka cire gabanka a cikin mutane ka ce kana fusari? Ai ba ka da kunya. In kana da kunya zaka saya a cikin mutane musulmai ka diga shan giya. Ai ba kunya. In kana da kunya zaka diga wuce a angonku sirara ka sa singlet kawai da wando da pant da boxer kawai. Ai ba kunya. Manzo sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce na ji kunya Allah. Haka ne dawo. Kuma da yana dawowa ya gamu da wansu a cikin sama. Ya ga wata mata, ya ji wani kamshi. Sai ce wai me sababin kamshin din nan? Sai aka gaya masa cewa nasitatu fir'aun, wata mata mai kiso da take ma yaran fir'auna kisa. Ita da wata rana what is comb? Mataji da take kiso da yara kan yaran fir'auna. Mataji ya fadi hannunta sai ta ce subhanallah. Sai yariyar fir'auna ta ji ta ce wai wane ne subhanallah kina, akwai wani Allah bisa ubana ne, kuma kusa fir'auna yana take anna rabbukumul a'la, ni ne babban sarki, emi lolo ba to tobi ju fir'auna lo man sobe. Sai matan na mai kiso din sai ta ga ma yariyan fir'auna ta ce wai akwai wanda yafi ubanki, wanda halice ubanki, da ya wullece ni, da ya ba ubanki aka sa aka haife ki, shi da babban Allah. Sai yariyan nan ta ce wai za ki iya ki fadi wannan a gaban ubana? Ta ce wai wallahi zan fada a gaban sa. Kuma matan nan tana da yara ko guda 2 ne ko 3 ne ko 4 ne a cikin tarihi din ba fada ba, amma tana da yara, kuma tana da wani jan jinjiri da yana shan nono. Sai ta ga kira ta gaban fir'auna. Sai fir'auna ta ce wai me kika ce? Sai ta ce wai na ce akwai Allah da ya fika, kai ba Allah ba, kai mutum kamar mu ne. Sai fir'auna ce wai a je kashe ta, a kashe 2 yaranta, amma a bar wannan da jinjirin nan. Sai matan nan ta ce wai da Allah yana so roke ka wani abu. Sai ta ce wai me? Sai ta ce wai in ka kashe ni da yarana dukanmu ka hada mu guri daya, binne mu guri daya. Sai aka je an sa ruwan zafi a cikin turmi ko aka gasa ruwan zafi ta dafu sosai, aka sa ta da yaranta ban da jinjirin nan. So su din ne suna ta kamshi almisiki a sama. Sai Jibrilu ya gaya ma manzo Allah ce nasitatu fir'aun, matan na mai kiso da fir'aun ya kashe ta da yaranta, kanshin ta kenan da tana cikin aljanna. Na farko kenan. Na biyu, manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ga wayansu mata an daura su da nonuwansu, an daura su a cikin jahannama. Sai manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ce me wayannan me laifin su? Sai aka gaya masa ce wayannan ne suna rungume maza da ba mazajen su ba. Haka ne muke ta gaya maku, ku daina hugging all this social life. You are hugging somebody's woman that is not your wife. You are shaking woman da ba ta da ba halalinka bane, kana ta bata hannu. Haka ne za a daure ka a cikin jahannama. Sai ya ga wani kuma, ya ga wansu kuma tumbinsu yana da fadi sosai. Sai ke wai waye nan wai masu cin riba kenan. Ya ga wansu mataye kuma an sa a gaban su abinci mai kyau, ko in ce nama mai kyau a cikin moda guda daya. An sa wani a cikin moda abincin nan bai da kyau, ko in ce nama mara kyau. Sai aka hana su cin nama mai kyau, su yi ta cin nama mara kyau. Sai manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce su waye ne matayen nan? Sai aka gaya masa ce wayannan su ne mazinaciya da yake suka bar mazajen su, halali mazajen su suna zuwa suna ta zina. Haka ne za su zama. Abubuwa da manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya gani lokacin da yake dawowa daga sama kenan. kuma Allah ya ce wala qadira aw min ayatin al-kubra kamar da na karanta mana suratul najm sati da wuce. Allah ya ce wai mun nuna mashi wasu ayoyi da yake ba wanda muka taba nunawa. Na farko sidratul muntaha, bishiyar nan da muka yi magana ce yana sama na shida ya kai sama na bakwai. Na biyu mun nuna masa baitul ma'mur, wani gidan Allah da yake annabawa da yake mala'ika su 70,000 in su yi tawafi haka so ɗaya ba za su taba yin tawafi kuma ba sai ranar kiyama. Ya gan baitul ma'mur, kusa gurin ne annabi Ibrahim yake, kuma aljanna guda 8 ne. Mun riga mun yi wannan karatu tuntuni. Muna da wuta guda 7, muna da aljanna guda 8. Akwai wani aljanna muna ce masa aljannatul ma'awa, muna da aljannatul firdaus, muna da aljanna, akwai wani aljanna sunan shi aljanna baitul ma'mur, gashi ga sidratul muntaha. So manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ga wannan aljanna. Maganganu da muka yi kenan har ya dawo duniya, ya zo Makka. Da safe bayan sallah sai na ta jama mutane ce wai ai na je sama, na je na dawo. Sai suka ce kai babban makaryaci ne, mun san ka as aminu, amma wannan karya ne. Sai Abubakar ya zo ya ce wai ai abin da ya fada gaskiya ne, ba wani abu gaskiya ne. Haka ne manzo sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya gama tafiya na dare da ya je din nan, kuma Allah ya sa masa albarka. Haka ne muka samu sallolin mu. To magana da muka yi yau, yanda ya fara shiri zuwa Madina shine magana da muka yi yau. Manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam yayi covenant, ya dauki wani masayi da mutanen Madina. Lokacin Madina ba, lokaci ana kiranta yathrib. Sun zo sun ce wai muna neman ka. Manzo sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya je, kafin ya je ya tura masu Musab ibn Umair. Musab shine na farko da yi sallar juma'a. Akalla mutane 40 shine suka fara sallar juma'a tare. To wasu sun ce wai ba mu kai mutane 40 ba za mu yi sallar juma'a ba. Amma ba wannan a cikin shari'a. Su Anabila, Imam Ambal sun ce wai ba mu kai 40 ba kar mu daga sallar juma'a. Amma in mutum 2 mutum 3 ne za mu yi sallah. A cikin shari'a ɗin mu kuma a cikin kawaidi da muke bi za mu yi sallah. So Musab ibn Umair ba manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam shine na farko da ya ja sallar juma'a ba. Sabensa da muke ce ma Musab ibn Umair ne. Haka ne suke ta zuwa tarkace. Haka ne suka ce to muna neman ka a Madina, ka zo a shekara na 13 bayan da Allah ya ce wai na tura ka kai annabi ne, kai manzo ne. So manzo Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam haka ne kai ta tura mutane Makka Madina. So da ya kai shekara 53 shine Allah ya ce fita daga garin Makka ya wuce garin Madina. So yanzu an riga an samu asasa a can Madina, sauran tafiyansa. Me faru kafin ya tafi? Me faru akan hanya da yana tafiya? Me faru ranar da ya shiga Madina? Shine magana da ya rage. Allah ba mu rai da lafiya zuwa mako mai zuwa insha Allah. Inna Allah ya'murukum bil adli wal ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsha'i wal munkar wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tadhakkarun. Bi qudratillahi ta'ala, this is where we are going to conclude the incident that happened after the Isra wal Mi'raj, so that we know that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam going to Medina wasn't just that he stood up one day and he was leaving. He had a lot of experiences, the ones that are fantastic and the ones that are very nasty. So we need to know all this so that we can help ourselves. And Sirah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is to keep on increasing our love for Prophet Muhammad. If you love somebody and you don't know about him, what kind of love is that? That is why we kept on sharing this with us. So after that of next week, we discuss another pivotal discussion which is going to center on Islamic jurisprudence. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless every one of us as we have listened and as we have learned, and me that I have spoken about it. Whatever mistake we might have made, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive me and erase it away from your hearing. Allahumma izzal Islam wal Muslimin wa zilla shirka wal mushrikeen wa damir adaka a'da ad-din wa ansur ibadaka al muwahhidin bi rahmatika ya arhamur rahimin. Our security brothers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be protecting you and protect everything that is associated with you. Our bosses, our directors, our managers that are our bosses, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to direct you and make you to be taking the best decision that will favor every one of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not use you against Islam and against the Muslim. We too, that we are laborers, we are still subjected to some kind of authority. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be guiding us. Wherever we find ourselves, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to be protecting us. Wherever we have our family, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. Those that we are asking Allah to bless their wife with the fruit of the womb, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and give them qurratu ayunin wa ja'alhu imaman lil muttaqin. Those that you are giving children, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to take care of our children. Don't let them do any other thing against Islam. The way we are trying to do our best for them, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to train them better than the way we can train them. We too, our source of income, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to widen it for us. In an halal way, not in a haram way. Our economy in Nigeria, may Allah continue to better it for us. Our president and all the people that will be governing the nation, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to direct them. Let them take the best decision that will favor every one of us and favor the ummah. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Our enemies that are fighting Islam, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take away the power that they are using against Islam. May Allah take it away from them. May Allah take all the power they are using against Islam. May Allah take it away from them. All the power in and outside that are using against Islam, may Allah take it from them. Wala hawla wala quwwata illa billah. Qumu ila salatikum yarhamukumullah.